happy, happy day to you. Ready, Joe? Happy, happy day to you. We're feeling so much better. I've got a lot of energy. Have you?
I do have a lot of energy.
We
I always have a lot
right.
of energy.
Well, yeah, I think we
together.
both have a good positive energy at fine. And you know what? I am so glad I'm back. I had to have some minor surgery done. So, but I'm feeling, 99% better, but it's getting there. But I do want to thank my very good friend, Eric Boat Hardy, and his wife, Carrie, for filling in for me. And they did an excellent, excellent job. And I was so grateful. He was the only one I would trust to ever take my place. Now I'll trust you if I can't do this show.
All right.
Because I've had a couple of people on that I've had fill in for me, and they. But it's very hard when you have your own show, and you're used to doing things your own way, and then you get people, and like you're a leader, so that would be a big help. But actually, he's coming in next week to talk about the paranormal group he's just started.
Who's this?
My friend Eric.
Oh.
Eric Boat. I call him 8 Boat.
I'll have to tune in.
He-Man, actually.
I'll have to tune in.
I always tell him I'm going to rub his leg. He says, okay. Yeah. But, folks, one of the things I do want to compliment today, when I went to had the surgery done, I went to the Elliott daycare, day surgery, and the staff there were just fantastic. They really were. They made you feel like very comfortable, and I didn't even feel the surgery, obviously. And then when I started coming through, this girl and I were singing, show me the way to go. Then I became unresponsive. And I have to tell you that people there, I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. So the people there were tremendous. Then I ended up going up on the ICU unit for overnight. Tremendous staff there, tremendous. I cannot say enough about them. Unfortunately, I don't remember their names. Maybe it's because of my age. It might have something to do with it.
Maybe. I don't know.
But there's so many coming in and out. But I have to say, they were
that doesn't help. Yeah.
The food was mediocre, But you can't have everything.
That's true.
I had to, there was a young man, if I was young, around my age that whether he had a shock or had dementia, confusion, or whatever. And I got to tell you, those nurses he's trying to get him out of bed or whatever, those nurses cared. They were right there, Johnny on the spot. Remember that saying, Johnny on the spot?
I do remember, yeah.
And they were right there. And I just have to say, I cannot thank the staff, the doctor, the people who took care of me, and of course my daughter-in-law who came and dropped me off at the hospital and then came and picked me up, So I've been blessed.
What a sweetheart you are. And obviously, see, they did do a good job because here you are.
I'm yapping a mile a minute. They should have even talked in my sleep. How do you like that?
Uh-oh.
I said, I hope I didn't say anything, But, and the overwhelming get well wishes on Facebook, which is so gratifying, And so it makes you know that people out there, they do care.
They do.
They really do.
They really do.
You get a few, but that's okay. That's far a few.
Yeah.
I don't expect to win everybody. Do you?
No. You can't.
No.
You just can't.
And when people, they're not always happy about what you do or the readings we give them because they want to hear what they want to hear, not what you want to hear. So, David, tell me about what you're doing there, what you have there.
All right. Today, obviously I have a crystal ball. And it's got imperfections in it, which is instead of having to wait 10 minutes or longer for something to develop, you just spot on, something jumps out at you. It's easier. We have tarot cards today, and today I brought psychic tarot oracle cards, which you could use them for any type of
reading. We'll do the
reading
on the country with them.
Okay,
how's that sound?
We'll pull some cards.
By the way, we want to congratulate David, now a New Hampshireman.
That's right. Not only I've been moved up here about a month ago. Today, I've cut the ties basically with Massachusetts. My car got registered today in New Hampshire.
Was it cheaper?
A lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, the registration was more.
Oh.
It was. I think I mean, I had to pay for the title. I know that, but it's the registration and then something about a permit or something. A fee, a permit fee. Maybe that's like excise tax. I don't know, but minus the title fee, it was a little over $100. So that's good. And then I was telling you earlier, which I liked, what I was paying for coverage in Mass, $980. The exact same coverage here. If anybody out there's in Mass watching, what you pay, I paid $980 in Mass. Up here, the exact same coverage, $305.
Full coverage.
Full coverage. Imagine. So
did you treat yourself to a martini afterwards in celebration?
Well, I was thinking that I'm covering grand jury tomorrow, so I'm not sure. Maybe I might just go home and have some caramel whiskey.
There you go. Well, that makes a good celebration.
Right. Yeah. Plus, plus also I registered to vote in New Hampshire today. So
well, you're really right on the ball.
There you go.
Good.
Right?
One thing about Dave and I, we're not afraid to express our political views.
Exactly right.
So you and I don't make a lot of, we make some enemies, but yet we make some, most of them agree with us.
Right. That's right. It's true.
What we got to do, everybody, is just pray for this country. I don't have to, nor will I, respect Joe Biden until they can prove to me that he won this election fair and square. You can call me anything you want to do. Just don't call me too late for a clam dinner. How about you?
Right.
You like clams?
I love clams. I love clams.
Oh, we'll have to go to Ollie's sometime.
Oh, all right, yeah. Fried clams. The best.
Yeah. But one thing that, and the thing about it is I'm afraid we're going to lose a lot of our freedom of speech.
Well, they're already working on it. He's in with, and I know people don't want to hear it, he's in with the Muslim Brotherhood, and right away they want to make it a hate crime to burn a Quran. You can burn a Bible, though, but that's all right. But they want to make it a hate crime to burn a Quran. Plus, they want to try to instill the Sharia law about blasphemy. You can diss the Catholics and knock down the Christians and say whatever you want about the Jews, but God forbid you say anything about Islam, hang you, roast you at the stake.
And this is scary because it's more and more like a dictatorship. I look out in the schoolyard when the kids are, and my heart breaks because the kids are out there because they're wearing masks and the teachers are standing there with their mask on and their notebook checking their hand and off. It reminds me of a concentration camp.
It is. It really is.
And now all of a sudden, you got all these different types of masks you could buy. On TV, they got all these for $9.95. You can put a filter in them, or you can do this. Tell me that they're not making money off this.
Oh, I agree. Plus, speaking about masks, it's funny because I'm not going to mention the place where I went today. I was going into this, a public place. The public was invited. And instead of it just saying, mask required, cloth mask required, it's like, I don't have it. I've used the paper mask, and I never pull it up above my nose. I refuse, because who wants to compromise their immune system by cutting down on oxygen? Not me. Nothing was said to me, but but I just said, it's still, here we go again. It's just, they get a little bit of power, so now they want more. No, never mind a mask. You wear a cloth one. You want to come in here with cloth. I mean,
that's more dangerous than the mask. The paper ones.
It's
I went into a restaurant one day with a Trump hat on, and I had my mask down here, and they refused to let me in.
Because of the Trump hat?
And they said I wasn't wearing the mask properly.
I never pour it over my nose. I just tell them I can't breathe.
Yeah. So then an hour later, I went back with just the mask on, and you're right. They let me in.
Yeah, it's Trump hat. Exactly.
It's amazing. I've gone to several places where if you're wearing a Trump hat, you can't get in. And I always thought, you're supposed to have the freedom of choice. So, Dave, what do you think's happening with our country? Are we going to have salvation?
What I'm sensing is happening with our country It's, first of all, people can say whatever they want. The I call him Joke Biden, not Joe Biden, Joke.
Okay.
But what is he doing? He's bringing back the failed agenda and the failed, uh, you know, bills and laws and all this other crap that Obama had that failed. America last already. And this is what gets me. One of the things that gets me. They always talk about, and it's the Democrats. I'm going to say them. The Democrats, especially Nancy Pelosi. What do you hear them? No one's above the law, not even the President of the United States. But yet, Biden, what's he doing? Open the southern borders. Why are illegals above the law if supposedly no one's above the law?
And the thing that kills me, 99% of the American people do not want these illegal immigrants in here. I have no problem with people coming to this country, but come legally.
I agree. I mean,
Because what happens if I own a farm and I got 4 or 5 people that are illegal, I'm going to pay a minimum wage. Why not?
Right.
But if they come in with legal papers, and that's still product of the world, and I don't care who you are, folks, you can be illegal. You're still important. You're still important people. I don't have to agree with you being here illegally, but I'll respect your right. If you can beat the government to come in and do it, more power to you.
That's right.
And look at all the people that are getting laid off from their jobs.
Right. Well, it's just like, he cuts oil coming into the country from Canada, and he doesn't cut illegals coming in.
Yeah. You would think that they would want the prosperity of the oil coming in to save the American people money and the Canadians money and jobs. Wake up, America. It's not over.
No, but what I'm getting the sense is it's going to continue not for long. And people are going to be shocked because, half the population is getting pushed against the wall and there's not much more pushing room. You'll see, I'm going to say maybe May, June, July, you're going to see a big change in it.
I'm looking at it around August. It's going to be a real.
I don't care how much the Main Street media is going to try and bury everything and put up this phony facade of the new administration. There's going to be just so much outcry. They're not going to be able to sweep it under the rug any longer. They're just not.
And if you're looking at it through our world, the second world or whatever, folks, the American people are starting to wake up. They're starting to fight back. Look at the price of gas going up.
35 cents since January 20th.
And then he says he's talking about what, the 54 amendments or whatever orders, executive orders, and doesn't even know what he was signing.
Well, I know.
And he's not doing it. He's a yes man.
Right. That's all he is.
That's all. You can't tell me that Hillary Clinton isn't pushing behind it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not because he's not doing enough. I mean, she's really anti-American. So
so that's what I'm saying. Actually, she got a job in Ireland. I don't know how come she hasn't moved there yet. She's a counselor for one of the colleges.
And what I heard was if you're an American, you can go to Ireland and stay as long as you want. You don't need a visa or anything. You're welcome to stay for as long as you like. Maybe she should take them up on that offer.
I wonder if all these so-called, like Biden and his son, are all getting executive immunity because they're executive for the country.
Yeah, but I mean, still, if we can rehash again. If they're breaking the law, they're breaking the law.
But they got the immunity.
Well, they got everybody on their side. Let's face it.
If they had my theory, if they hadn't started arresting them when they started coming out, people knew it was happening. Well, I just feel that they were afraid to arrest anybody.
Well, because they're all on the take. They're all getting a piece of the pie.
And it's not just the Democrats, folks. It's both parties.
That's right. They're all the politicians. They're all corrupt.
Hey, do you know if the Congress and the senators now have their own bodyguards? Like Biden has a whole lot of them, and Vice President, whatever her name is there, Harris or whatever.
I'm sure she does, and I know some of them do. Like Nancy, she's got her own, but I guess I'm not so sure if they all do. Maybe, that I would imagine the squad probably does. The I would let's put it this way: the more anti-gun they are, the more they're apt to have armed bodyguards.
Right. And look what they did when Biden getting that one inaugurated there. All the thousands of military men in there, and he showed no respect for them.
No, I
Then
know.
he puts them in a
Puts them in a
garage.
garage. What, one toilet and one
Yeah.
electrical outlet. I know. But
And that's the freedom of America. That I guess that's freedom. But how can it be?
well,
He is following Obama's footsteps.
he is same policies. He's enacting the same failed
And we
policies
never heard
again.
from him until he became candidate for president.
Right, and candidate was a joke.
Yeah.
He's, he never campaigned. And people voted for this.
No.
Someone that never campaigned.
No.
Why did you vote for him? Oh, because he stayed in his basement for the whole, for the duration. That's why I voted for him. I don't know a thing about him. I'm going to vote for him.
And he's a Democrat. I'm a Democrat, so we're going to...
Well, that's basically what happened to a lot of them. I know. Just because he's a Democrat.
I am
sad.
no longer a Republican. I am no longer a Democrat. I'm an independent.
And just so everybody knows, I would, as soon as you could be, unenrolled, I was unenrolled.
Yeah.
So however long that was. Like when people say, oh, I would say something positive about Trump. Oh, because you're a Republican. No, I'm not.
And there was something negative to say about him. I say it too.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, his wife was the most beautiful first lady since Jackie Onassis.
I agree, but I know
and
they're
she
all
wore
jealous of her.
Yeah, and because she spoke 5 languages. And then,
Right.
and what I don't understand is why the so-called Democratic leaders decided to take it out because he has a son that has a learning disability, autism, or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Why? I don't understand why they have to hit the kid. And like
Right.
when that new judge that he got, what was her name? That she adopted 2 kids from Haiti.
Oh, right. No, I don't even remember her name.
Yeah, and
after all that,
yeah,
I
but
know.
you know,
Amy.
If you know us, folks, give us a call. And if you disagree with us, call us too. That's what we want. We don't want everybody to sit back and agree with us. Let's make this a real interesting, more controversial. But the one thing that I do know, and my dear brother here, Dave, we are brothers, right?
Right.
Not sexually, but that's
Right.
okay. Maybe tomorrow, but I have a headache, But the one thing that you don't have to agree with me. I would not want everybody to agree with me.
I agree.
Boring.
I agree. And the other thing I want to say about disagreeing, it's one thing, you can have a real nice adult conversation about disagreeing, but why is it? And I never really see it from conservatives doing it to these lefties, progressives, Democrats, but especially on Facebook. I disagree with people, and I'll point out a fact. And what do you get? You're an F-bomb. You don't know what you're talking about. You dumb POS.
Yeah. I've been called a racist. I have been called bigot, prejudice, you name it. Finally, I got on this one guy, and he said to me how I was racist. He was bringing up all about how way back when the black people were being hung and all that stuff. And I wrote back, I said, you know what? Don't tell me about prejudice. I'm gay, and I know what it's like to be.
Yeah.
And you must have gone through it, maybe not as much as I did, because back in the 60s, And I said, so even today you can feel the prejudiced people against you.
Well, and how? It just slipped my mind. I was going to say something.
You weren't supposed to, okay?
Right.
And the one thing that I do know is that everybody said, oh, this and this. No, there's still a lot of anger towards gay people. Not as much as there was, but there's still, and a lot of it is because the people who are forcing their beliefs on someone else.
Well,
you and I don't do that.
Well, a good example is, I'm sorry, these LGBTQ, RSTUV people, whatever. It's ridiculous. But come on, you got these guys. I they identify as female, so they want to go into the ladies' room. Come on.
Yeah. They're not female. Well, you got these transgender that become females and want to play, run on the track and all that. That's wrong.
But here's, this is what gets me about transgender. If you still got your plumbing, you're not transgender. When I was growing up, we called them drag queens. They're not transgender, they're drag queens.
Right.
Case closed. You can call me whatever you want. You still got your male parts. You're a female dressing like a guy. You still got all your female parts. You're not transgender. You're a drag queen, or what do they call them? Drag king.
Yeah. And the thing is, when people have these operations, and I'll respect their right to do it. You will too. If you want to change your body, more power to you. But what they don't realize is that you have to be on that medication for the rest of your life.
Right. Which causes cancer, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Cancer causing meds.
Yeah. What was that name? Christine, and she was a famous tennis player that he was a male, became a female. Christine.
Oh.
I want to say Jurgensen, but I don't think it's her last name. But anyway, and she had to be on them, and she died of cancer.
Did she? Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people have had this operation, and they're sorry they had it. I'm a firm believer, we can be who we want to be.
Right, you can.
Don't they say that God made us in His image?
That's true. Plus, the other thing, speaking of that, when these people, and this is my take on it. You could disagree with me. It's my take. It's just my opinion. All right? A guy, he wants to change to a female. I was born in the wrong body. No, you were born in the body you were supposed to be born in. Case closed, period. What I think is why do they say they're born in the wrong body and they want to transition to female? Is because they can't admit they have a same-sex attraction. That's all it is.
By the way, folks, we did not even know we were going to be talking about this.
That's right. It's just
we're allowing the spirit to talk about it, right? And that's true. Why? Excuse me. Why? Just be who you are.
Exactly.
Just be who you are. And if you feel that, I'll respect your right to have the operations if this is what you want, But I don't like it when little kids are, that's one couple I know. They want their son to become a girl. They take it to court. The judge is siding with the lesbian parent to have him become a girl. He doesn't want to be, but because he's only like 8 or 9 years, that's too young. How do they know?
It got me. I don't. Well, the parents see. The parents know. The parents know.
And that being a good parent by forcing them to have something they don't want to know or have. If they're 18 and over, I don't have a problem with it.
Exactly. That's right. 18 is.
Voice your opinion, folks. 603-640-3091. Or Facebook us, and Scott will tell us if we get any comments on that on it. Yeah. And but these are only your opinion, my opinion. You don't have to agree with us. You don't have to kid if you want. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to call us names, do it in a very nice way.
Right. And I know there's people out there. I know it. I can see it.
Yeah.
There's people out there that want to come after us like a charging bull.
And that's okay. Yeah. I welcome the challenge.
That's right.
This is what Norm Community Corner is all about. We're not only doing readings, but we also do. I like creating controversy.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Gets people talking about you, right? How nice is it? Well, they're talking about me. That's a good thing.
And that's like when I guess they had a fire at one of the homeless campsites.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And I don't know how it started anything like that, but yeah. And they're all saying, well, they can't have camps on the state property. They're violating the rights of others. Oh, yeah. And my question is, maybe you can answer this, Dave, maybe, these people that are homeless, how many of them have the virus? Well, how many of them have, what I mean? You don't see them wearing masks.
No, you don't. And they don't seem to be ill either. I mean,
no,
they're making the rounds.
They're probably healthier than you and I ever thought of.
Right, they're socializing.
Yeah. They know how to beg for money.
Right. Speaking of homeless, Norm, because I drive for Lyft for extra cash because no bartending. Yeah. I was just the other week, last week, maybe the week before, I was driving somewhere. You know, the GPS tells you to go this way, that way. It was down there by the river, along some park. The homeless are all under this bridge down there.
Yeah.
They had to be. I'm going to say 15, 20 of them.
Oh, that's mild.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, and my heart does cry for them.
It's
But a
sad.
lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them choose to be.
Wow, that's true.
They know, they know how to survive it. They're probably some better survivors than you and I ever thought of being.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I don't want to think I wouldn't want to try to live in a tent 24
Me either,
hours
but
a
I
day.
could, you know,
I think we could if we had
survive.
to.
I know
I've been
could
homeless,
survive.
you know, lived in a house where no heat and all that, had it shut off, and managed to get.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you can survive in anything that you want to do.
But I do have to admit, if I, I shouldn't laugh at it, but if I had no other options and I was, by all the powers to be, you're homeless, I'd head south because it's too cold up here. I'm sorry. It's like, you know, bring me down to, I don't know, Georgia or something.
I've had 2 or 3 different homeless men live with me, with my son and I, all that. And granted, I probably put them in jeopardy, whatever. But you know, they would prefer to be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
There's one guy, he would talk about how he used to lay down by the railroad tracks and listen to the trains, or see how close he can get to it without getting killed. You know, and it's sad, you know. But it's but we didn't think too much about it with the hobos back in the day. I
know. I remember hobos. That's right. And I used to, of course, I grew up just north of Boston. We'd go to the Boston Common all the time. That hobos or what? I mean,
they
I know
weren't
it's
called homeless.
No, they were either hobos or winos.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Hobos.
now I guess it's politically correct to call them homeless. And do I think they should support the homelessness? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? They need to support other people too.
Well, I agree, but
You know, because a lot of the homeless men chose to go into the military. You know, it wasn't back in your day, and well, I don't know about your day, but my day when you were drafted.
oh, I
When you were
signed
in
up
that
for the
era,
draft.
yeah.
Yeah, I thank God I was.
Yeah.
This was after they came out with the numbers.
Yeah.
Remember for your birthday?
Yeah.
I always remember my birthday. I'm not going to tell everybody what it was.
Well, he's only
But-
75.
No, I don't mind the I meant the month
No,
and
yeah,
the day.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming up, by the way.
Oh.
But anyway, I remember my birthday for the draft and the lottery number 176.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had to go down. I got registered, and I went down to apply to get in the military, but I had one eye that kept me out.
Hmm.
You know, and I almost got arrested because I kept trying to get in.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. They said it's fraud. You know.
Wow.
But today, and then you watch these people who spit on the military, who disrespect them, they burn up our flag, and then people say it's okay. I don't understand it. These men and women and the police officers, everybody who works for the government or to help save the people in this country, you see no memorial, you see no respect. But yet, like Kobe, what was his name, the basketball player?
Oh, Kobe Bryant.
You're right. And the big hallelujah, big thing they did about it, the big write-up of you would think he was a hero. But you didn't hear anything about the pilot. You didn't hear anything about, no?
Well, what'd you hear about the pilot? He used lousy judgment.
Yeah. You
Poor
know?
guy.
And then you look at people, what's his name? James, Brian James, whatever his name was. Scott, what's that guy's name, that basketball player? Huh?
Oh, LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron James. He's the biggest joke of them all.
He is.
Yeah,
He has got, I'm sorry, he has got some nerve talking about white privilege.
yeah.
And all white people have all this money. Excuse me.
They're pretty rich, and it's often white people paying tickets to go to the games, and it's what the owners and sponsors that are white that are paying for their salary, billions and millions of dollars, you know. And yet he is considered a martyr, and he hates this country,
He does. I know.
you know.
I think after today, I think all these people are out there calling the forces to get us on the way
There
out
you
after
go.
the
I'm
show.
brave. Are you brave?
I am.
But you know, and it's sad because you don't hear, and I think every military man or woman, police officer, people who work in the hospitals, you know, they catch the virus or whatever, you know what? They're all heroes.
They are.
people who work in the market basket, the grocery store, and they're great, but they're still heroes. They're putting their lives at risk to serve you and I. And we had a great waiter that time we got at Applebee's, didn't we?
Yeah.
What's his name? Chris.
Chris, yeah.
He was fantastic, and he did the appropriate water glove. And the food was excellent at Applebee's.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The service was real good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think his relationship was going to be going much further.
No.
Not with,
It was time to depart.
Yeah, it was. It just wasn't healthy at all. What
No.
was going on there?
No. You know where I like the 110 Grill too. I'll have to go there sometime.
I was there. Saturday. I wanted to go out for dinner. I hadn't been out for dinner since Applebee's.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to the 110. I got the steak tips. I got a nice beer. These two young women sat next to me. We were all chit-chatting. It was nice.
Yeah, it is a nice place.
Yeah. No mask, unlike mask. You got to keep your mask on, get your food, and lift your mask up, shove your food, and pull your mask
I
back
didn't do
on.
that, no.
Me either.
And John and I went there. We sat at a table. The waitress served us.
Where, the 110?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't wear the mask.
Yeah, no, I know. I like it there. And the prices are decent, too.
Yeah. I had that cheeseburger with mushrooms on top.
And
it was excellent.
I love
So,
mushroom
folks, I can't
cheeseburgers.
recommend, I don't remember the waitresses there, but they're really good people. Applebee's had very good people.
Yeah.
Okay. And actually, I go to Ollie's a lot. They have good fried. Let's go there. Ollie's. Good
Yeah, I've
fried
never been.
clams. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good restaurants. And right now, they do need the business. Support your business. Support the people.
Right, locally.
Locally, yeah. And what's scaring me is we're going to get a lot of imports from China because of the business and the farmers. Are they going to be able to afford?
Well, we're going to get more imports from China because of the current situation. Let's face it. Let's get that out there. But
how much in the? I'm curious. What would happen, folks, if everybody said, for 1 day or 2 days, I am not wearing a mask? If every one of us, all stuck together, have said, you know what, I'm not wearing a mask.
Well, I think that'd be a good idea.
I do, but I also think there'd be a lot of people arrested because they're trying to make it mandatory. My understanding in Massachusetts, they want to make it mandatory.
What, masks? Well, they might want to, because it's basically like California, not far behind. However, they wanted to do it before. At least they're lucky they got the Republican governor because he says when they wanted him to mandate masks, mandate this, he said he didn't have the power. So,
I want to congratulate my granddaughter. She works for CVS, studying to be a pharmacist right now.
Good
She's
for her.
Pharmacist technician. She just learned how to give shots for the virus and all that stuff. So I'm very happy and very blessed to have her as a granddaughter. Her name is Selena. And if you go down and then hooks it, you go by this and you're watching this show and you see Selena say, "Hey, I saw your grandfather on TV. He's a mouthy." Right. But I'm fortunate though. I have a beautiful son and granddaughter and a daughter-in-law. I'm very blessed. Well, actually, even though your brother chats a lot, you're so blessed to have him. Did he go to dinner with you?
No, I went by myself.
Good. Sometimes it's fun to go by yourself.
I don't mind. I always wanted to. I don't mind doing things by myself, Norm. I always wanted to go to Mexico City because I'm into cities, population centers. So when I went in the early 90s, it was the largest city in the world, so they said, right? So I wanted to go. No one would go with me. I went by myself.
And you had a great time, right?
I did. I loved it there. It was amazing.
That's what I do when I do, for a living, like doing readings and parties or whatever. I enjoy my quiet time at home.
Mm-hmm.
I have one room that is my sanctuary. My living room is my sanctuary. Are you the same? Well, you have one room do you have your people meet you in the kitchen or you go in the living room or what?
Well, when the apartment I had in Lowell, it was massive. It was big. It was bigger than this place. So I had, you know, a whole, we'll say like this section over here, a big area just for readings and stuff like that. And now it's, you know, it's just a 1-bedroom apartment. It's smaller, but I don't care. So, but still, it's, you know.
It's still your home.
That's right.
And you're going to be there for quite a while.
Hopefully.
We're not going to hope, are we?
Oh, that's right. Right. I am going to be there for quite a while.
You know, that's like I was very blessed. Our landlord, this is the first year our landlord hasn't gone up on the rent. I can't complain. I think I'm pretty, compared with other people paying $1,400, $1,000, $1,200. You know, we're paying less than $1,000, so I'm pretty blessed.
You are.
But we do the whole thing. We paid our own apartment. We do everything ourselves.
Well, that's good, though.
And we also help them, like making the lawn out back and doing things to make it look nice. You know,
that's good.
You know.
Yep, treat it as it's your own.
And that's the way we look at it. Yeah. And of course, I have a cat that decides to wake me up every morning at 6 o'clock and I have to get up and do my morning walk. Anyway, when I come back, he decides he's going to take the whole bed. I have to make room around him.
There you go. See.
Well, your cat's the same way, right?
Right, Fred. He doesn't wake me up though. Knock on wood. He doesn't wake me up. Maybe I'm gonna say 2 or 3 times a month. That's it. And it's the funniest thing. He lets me sleep, but once in a while, it's the funniest thing. He'll jump up and he'll go. He pokes me with his paw like that.
Well, our cat will tell Scott when it's time to go to bed.
You're kidding?
Yeah, right, Scott? Yeah. He'll look at Scott and literally stare right at him.
Oh, really? And say, let's go, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
So, and of course, you know, since I moved.
Welcome to North Community Corner.
Good afternoon.
I know this voice.
How are you?
Not too bad. Who is this voice?
Mary.
Is it? I think so. I know you called before. I know the voice. I can feel the energy.
How you? It's Mary, right?
Yeah.
See? How we doing, Mary?
Not too bad, and you?
I'm doing.
How you doing,
Oh, I am really doing a lot better since I got out of the hospital.
Good, good. You're looking better.
I feel better. Feel younger.
Yeah. You were pretty pale there for a while.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't realize how much pain I was in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You really don't.
No. And then they removed the scar tissue where they were, so avoided me from having cancer. So I'm so blessed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
How are
right.
you feeling?
Everybody's blessed.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Good. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. I talked to James and the other Mary as well. They're coming on the show. You're coming on too, right?
When's that day?
I believe it's the last Wednesday in March.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, and I talked to James and Mary. They were very nice. They called and see how I was doing. I thought that was nice of them.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
You know. And so, how are you? Speaking about kids, she has a cat that talks.
Yep, I won't just say anything now. Sophie, can you say hi? Sophie?
No.
Sophie, say
I
hi.
used to have a cat. He used to go, hello.
Say hi.
That's what hers are.
No.
And when we buy,
Shaking her head, no.
no, when Mary,
Camera shy.
yeah, when Mary and I stopped at
Yeah,
Master
this time
Basket.
that she will talk.
Yeah.
And, you know, going through some papers now, I thought she was about 13, 14.
Yeah.
And come to find out, she's going on 16 in May.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's 16. My muffin girl is going to be 17.
Wow.
And my other Ladinia and her sister Crystal are going to be 13. So I got all teenagers this year.
There you go. So they make sure they. Well, Crystal likes that. I'll buy Mary one of those barbecue chickens there, cold and done. And Mary will be talking on the phone, and Crystal thinks she has to open it up and sample the chicken.
Wow.
Huh, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if I try to take it away from that day, it was so funny. In fact, I was talking to you on
Yeah.
afterwards, and I went to grab the chicken away from her. She put a paw on it and growled at me.
They know, you know.
Yes.
And every night, Mary, this is your fault. Every night I have to give turkey to Big Boy, and we have to put a dab of butter on it so he'll eat it.
Oh.
That's what I do with Crystal.
Yeah, see,
I
so we thought,
warm it
yeah.
up and put butter on it for her to eat it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And if the hamburger, if I give her a hamburger, it has to be warm or she won't touch it.
Yes, yes.
You know. But you know what? They're our babies.
They are.
They are our babies.
They're my babies. They're my kids.
Yeah. And when he goes out now, he don't stay out too long. He comes trucking right back in.
Wow.
You know.
It's too cold to be out.
Oh yeah. You know. So how's your car running?
It's running good. It better be for a brand new one.
Yeah. So how'd you make out? Did you get your Facebook fixed?
No, I'm still waiting for you, Norm. I cannot.
Oh,
pick you
shoot.
up. I can't.
Okay.
I tried to get you, the frame
Okay.
and stuff like back and forth.
Okay,
I
Scott.
can't do it. It's
All right.
just hold on.
Okay,
It's
I'll go
totally
back on.
locked off.
Okay, I'll go on Facebook when I get home, and I'll friend you.
All right, because
Okay.
I lose everything. I
Yeah.
just won't let me do it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll friend you when I get home because I was in the hospital and stuff like that. I lost
Yeah.
everything. And actually, if it wasn't for Scott, I lost everything on Facebook, and he had to retrieve it all when I bought my new computer.
Wow.
You know, and so you got to be careful. And
Yeah,
actually,
I know.
Dave,
I've had my
this
phone
is
fixed
Mary. Yeah. This is,
3 times now within 2 months
yeah.
because of that.
Yeah. You can friend her too. Mary LeMay. She can't think. Yeah, Mary LeMay.
Oh.
Okay. And you could probably go on her show sometime.
Oh, she has a show here?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Cruising with
everybody,
Mary.
Everybody is welcome on my shows.
Mary and I don't always agree politically, but we're still good friends.
That's good.
No, that's right. I don't care if Republican, Democrat, Independent. It don't bother me
No.
at all for anybody who wants to come, comes on. Everybody is always welcome.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. A true friend doesn't judge you by their political views.
No, they don't.
No.
And I've had people judge me because I am a Democrat. I'm what they call Dinah Wolfcrat. I'll always be a Democrat. My sister's a Republican, but that's okay. It don't bother me.
No.
It don't bother me a bit.
I can't
But
picture
when
your
people
sister as a
come at you because you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
There's no need of that at all. You know that?
Yeah. I can't picture your sister as a Democrat.
No, she's not. She's a Republican.
I mean a Republican. She's so angry. This woman, Mary's sister, is so angry. We did a funeral for your niece, wasn't it, Mary?
Yeah, my niece. Yeah,
And I
Robin.
never saw a woman literally turn her back on her own grandchildren as her sister did.
Wow.
And wouldn't even speak kind words about her own daughter.
Why? What's the feud there?
Nobody
Something
knows.
happened.
Yeah. No, it's her jealous of the
Something.
family. And it's so sad.
It's just too bad, I'm
Yep.
telling
It
you.
is. It's sad.
Hey, Norm, you heard about Dick Wynn, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
I didn't
Oh,
go
my
to the wink
goodness,
because I
what
didn't
a
feel like it.
shocker.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't, but he was going, did he ever marry that girl?
No, he never got to marry her. What a shame.
Yep. Dick Wynn has been on my show. He was a country and western star singer.
Oh, really?
And he won all kinds of awards for the New Hampshire Hall of Fame for
Oh,
country
wow.
and
Good for
western.
him.
And he made it big. Seems like all these people, like my friend Roy Small, when they made it big that he got sick and he passed. A lot of these big stars, I don't know if I want to become a big star. I don't want to pass right away, you know. But Mary, one thing I want to tell you is you got 2 new people that are going to be giving you a call to check this, to be friends with you. That you knew in your past. One of them is like a distant cousin.
That could be, because one did try to get to me.
Okay. And you told me Beverly's passed?
Huh?
And Beverly's passed?
Yeah, Beverly passed on January 1st.
She was a beautiful lady. She could out-talk your brother.
Yeah, and you know something, the time that I had the reception for my niece,
Yeah.
when she passed, when you were there,
Yeah,
of course, and
yeah.
a few other people, Beverly and Dick and a few others. And it was strange because Beverly asked you something. How long are we going to be together?
Yeah.
They would have been together 67 years
Yeah.
coming up,
Yeah.
both of them. And you said, oh, you're going to, between 82 and 83, you're going to pass away of a stroke.
Yeah.
And you said, Dick will be in his 90s,
Yeah.
you know, before anything happens to him.
Yeah.
And she died at 83.
I hate being that
And she
precise.
did die of a stroke.
Yeah. She was a beautiful lady.
Yes,
Beautiful
she was.
lady.
And I known, oh my God, we were friends well over 50 years.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think you were that old, Mary. I thought you were like
Yeah,
22 or
we
23.
were friends since back in 1980.
Oh, you're
When
getting to be
I
an...
started to go to St. Andrews with Addie.
Yeah. So you're getting to become an old lady. You're becoming an old lady.
Yes. I tell Sophie she's the old lady too, and she looked at me. She says, "No."
No, and actually, what stuck on me was that actually when I was laying here in the hospital and I was realizing, you know what, I am getting old. I'm 75, but I'm not going to allow myself to feel that old.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm 70. Somebody says to me today, asked me how old I was, and I says I'm 73.
Yeah.
I'm 74 this year.
Yeah.
Age is just a number. That's all it is.
Exactly right. It's all up here.
Yeah.
It's all up
Just a number
here.
to me.
Yeah.
When I first had my surgery, I was a coward. I refused to go out for a walk for 3 or 4 days.
Well, just to make sure.
Yeah.
That's all
And I
right.
said, wait a minute. I'm not hurting anybody but me. So I started walking again. I don't care how cold it is. I don't care how much snow there is. I will find a path.
Good
I
for
will
you.
find a trail. Because you know what? The spirit gives you that good energy. And I feel alive. You know?
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know, I
Yeah,
feel alive.
yeah.
I don't go on the railroad track. I mean, on the bridge there right now because it's all plowed in. But when
Yeah.
I'm walking around like St. Raphael Church and all these other places, I truly feel alive by just going out for that walk and thanking the spirit that I am allowed to do this. When I see so many people that are in wheelchairs, so many people that are sitting there with oxygen tents on, tank.
Yeah.
And what kills me, they have an oxygen tank and they're smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. And that's so crazy to do that with,
Yeah.
especially with oxygen. If
Yeah.
they only
Yeah.
knew and realized that can blow up in their face.
Yeah. My doctor took me off of metformin, and he put me
Yeah.
on a new pill, Mary. I feel so much better on this new diabetic pill that I'm on. Even the doctors at the hospital said about my sugar level was pretty decent.
Good.
Yeah, so-
Good, because that metformin, like I said, can do a lot of damage.
Well, you see, you might want to talk with a lawyer because there's a big lawsuit against that company that put that out,
Yeah, because it's that blood, and that's what happened to my kidneys because
Yeah.
of metformin.
Yeah. And I think one of my friends, Bob, I think that happened to him because of that medication. Because they put him on a liver not a transplant, but liver.
Yeah.
Where they had to clean out the
because-
liver.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, your liver and your kidneys,
Yeah.
it really damage you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, folks, please listen to Mary and listen to me. If you're going to make sure that if you're going to take a diabetic pill, make sure that you follow the instructions on it, follow the side effects
Yes.
and what it can do.
Not only that, people don't realize when you're taking metformin, you have to have another pill to go with metformin to protect your liver and protect
Yep.
your kidneys. And if you
Wow.
don't have that second pill for that, metformin is going to eat up your kidneys.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I take it.
Yeah. Because the
Wow.
pharmacy makes a lot of money off it.
Twice now, my kidneys had shut down on me.
Yeah.
They're lucky they brought them back.
From
Twice that happened to me.
Yeah.
taking metformin.
It's the insulin metaphor.
Taking metformin, that ruins your kidneys.
Wow, can't you take anything else like as
Well,
substitute?
I'm on new medication.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's
And
what
it's-
scares me about
That's why
meds.
today I'm on insulin today
Yeah.
because of that.
And when I was taking metformin, my whole personality changed.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
I could
Scott-
see why if it
Yeah.
does that to
Yeah.
you.
Scott, well, I don't know how
Wow.
Scott even lived with me. That's how
Yeah,
bad I
like
was.
Doctor, for some reason it makes you like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if it's doing all that to
Yeah,
your
it can bother you.
insides. Wow.
Well, yeah, I don't know how Scott put up with me because I would flip out over
I
nothing.
know that poor guy.
You know, and, well, we just celebrated 24 years, Mary,
Yeah.
and I've been sober now 25 years, going on 26.
Wow.
And there are days when I think about, boy, I'd like to have a nice cocktail, but then I think of where it put me, and I don't want to do that.
Right, yeah.
I love my
it's like
life
that.
today. By the way, Mary, once again, I'm seeing, you're going to get, like I said, 2 people from out of your past going to come and see you. And then there's another lady who you're going to become friends with that you're really going to enjoy each other's company. You haven't met her yet, but it could be through the church that you go to. And it could be, and I do see you meeting someone that's going to become very special to you. And you're going to be like her adopted aunt or grandmother or whatever.
With a Mitsubishi.
There you go. Yeah.
With a Mitsubishi.
Yep. That's the name of my car. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's dark color.
Yeah, and you said that a while back. Somebody in my past I
Yeah.
went to school with
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
They got a hold of me.
Yeah. Have you
They got a
talked?
hold of me. I went to school with them years ago up in Loudon.
Yeah. Now, are you still talking with them?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Good. You know, I also want to tell you about your nephew, Dick. He's your nephew, right?
Yeah, Joe, yeah.
Yeah, Joe. I'm concerned about his heart and his sugar ratings.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been told by the doctor already for his heart to I guess, take something or whatever, and he's not going to. He said, I won't do it, but he has to.
Yeah, well, if he don't, that's his choice. But if he has to, there's going to be excruciating heart pains, and he could land in the hospital or nursing home, and it could be for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Okay. But does he still have that one, a dog, right?
No, he doesn't. He has anything right now.
Oh. Now they
No,
still in
he
the...
had a bird that doesn't have that. The dog, and where they live is small,
Right.
and she was a good-sized dog, what they call a French bulldog,
Yeah.
and they need a lot of room.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cute.
So she's
Yeah.
gone to another place where she got a big yard that she can play in.
Oh, you haven't met my son's dog yet, have you?
Oh, that's
Sunny.
what was it? Huh?
Her name is Sunny. It's my granddaughter dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They had just got Sunny.
Okay.
The last time we was over there.
Well, you should see her. She wears a nightgown.
little.
Yeah. She wears a nightgown to bed,
Oh, that's cute.
and she crawls under the blankets. And then she has what we call a barking time from like 8 in the morning till 4:30, where she looks out the window and let people know. And then she and my son will sing a song together.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh yeah, and so that's really. And my granddaughter is really doing well. She learned how to give shots for the people who want the shots for the virus.
That's great.
Yeah. But I won't take the virus shot. I refuse to.
I'm not getting
Yeah,
a
well,
vaccine
I've
either.
been told that I have too much going on
Yeah.
not to get the shot. Because
Yeah.
if I get it, I'm done for.
Right. Well,
You
I'm
know,
more
so
concerned about
I'm
getting
going to
it.
get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I have to protect myself.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, will your insurance pay for it?
Yeah, you don't get charged for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm
No,
not
you
looking
don't.
for bodies.
compliments of Uncle Sam.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
Oh, are you in China?
It's yeah. If you have, like you got things going on with you,
Yeah.
like I have too much going on with me right now, and
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for it because I'm in that group
Yeah.
where you get too much kidney problem, lung problem, heart problem, you name it, and everything.
Yeah.
But isn't it in New Hampshire? If you're 65 and over,
It's free.
they
No, it's everybody.
Everybody,
It's everybody. Whoever has, if you don't, you're just going in just to protect yourself with it. I guess they do charge you, but
Yeah.
9 out of 10 they don't charge you.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
have the insurance.
Because I just moved up here, about a month ago, and already
Yeah.
I got a letter in the mail already about, you fit in the category, you're 65 and over. This was the end of last month. They said you can, make an appointment and come in for the vaccine. It was free.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not-
but I'm,
yeah.
No, I won't, Dr. Jody, remember Dr. Jody?
Yes.
She and I were sitting here
Yeah.
today. You're going to find this. She and I were sitting here, and we counted out how many different types of flu shots that are going on today. Over 55 different type of flu shots.
well, I never got a flu shot in my
Me either.
life either.
I did one time. I was sicker than ever.
Never got a flu shot either.
Yeah.
Boy, does it feel good to be able to sit here comfortably.
I know, huh?
Yeah, but I got to tell you, Mary, they were great. Now, did you go to Elliott Hospital when you was in the hospital?
That's where all my doctors are Elliot.
They were fantastic when I was there.
Yes, they are.
I can't complain. The food, the cheeseburger was okay. They had fish, but it was so small, I thought I needed a magnifying glass to see it. But the people, I got to tell you, the people there, I can't express how great they were.
Yeah.
Probably go next time.
Yeah,
They'll say,
yeah.
"Who the hell are you?"
You're not back already?
Well, Mary, I'm going to let you go. And
All
Mary,
right.
okay, I'll have Scott remind me to Facebook you.
All righty.
All right. Take care. Be loved, and we'll see you soon.
All righty. God bless.
You too.
Thanks. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Mary.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
You want to hit that button?
This one?
Yeah, very good.
All right.
We're gonna
Had to
applaud
learn, and
John.
First for me.
John, I
First
want you
for
to do
me.
3 cards on the state of New Hampshire.
3 cards.
Your
on
new
this-
ones.
Oh, the new ones.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. All right. All right. First, the state of New Hampshire. Deception and envy.
Okay, can you hold that real close?
So deception and envy. I'm gonna try it psychically, and I'm gonna say that's because it's
Okay, you
no
write it down
different
now.
here than the rest of the country
Yeah.
with the
I like that.
you know divisiveness. You know, one people is trying to get over on the other. They're jealous. One group is jealous of the other. However, for me, I like the color green. The color green is nice and loving and sort of inclusive. So that will all sort of blend and sort of go by the wayside. But it won't, you know, it will do it in a nice
Way.
sort of
Yeah.
a little slow way. But and of course, what did I just say in the next card? New beginnings. So after people get this all out of their system, all right, people get this all out of their system, everybody's going to sort of make amends. Who's on this side of the fence, who's on that side of the fence, we're all going to extend our arm to the other side of the fence, make amends, you know, and everything's going to be hunky-dory and, you know, nice and earthy, crunchy. Everybody will be, you know, more than willing to meet the other one. It's just going to come, I'm going to say, not too long a time, but like I said, when this all goes in a nice, smooth way, people are finally going to realize enough with the garbage. And even, again, so, and when we do all that, see, transformation, again, it's all about understanding, accepting other people's views, other people's opinions, who they are, what direction they might want to go as opposed to your direction, but everything is just going to smoothen on out, and America will be, or New Hampshire, I'm sorry, we're talking about New Hampshire. It will, not that I don't really get it, that it's that sort of severe here as a lot of other places, but it will be.
And it's coming.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to do 3. See, I have a feeling I'm going to probably coincide with you.
All right. Oh, I'll leave these here just to
Okay.
see, so we can sort of look back.
Protection.
Okay.
Okay. We need, as you said over here, I like that when the new beginning, we need to start protecting ourselves, protecting our land, protecting our environment. Do not let other people tread on us. Okay?
I agree.
And especially in New Hampshire, we're a pretty peaceful, loving state. Okay? But unfortunately, there's a lot of corruption in New Hampshire and I never thought. So it's time for everybody, I'm not saying political parties, I'm not saying, everybody to join together and protect our country, protect rather our state and our city, protect our government, put new people in to the government, stop voting for the people who could care less about our traditions that we're in too, you know, and protect the jobs. I see there are some openings in this state for jobs. Protect them, because eventually they're going to start sliding away, and we don't want to see that happen. You and I are too old to worry about that.
Right, exactly. You know, very fortunate. I say to myself all the time, "Thank God I'm old. I don't have to really deal with it."
Transformation. Yep. See? We're quick on different words. There's a lot of transformation, out with the old and in with the new. Whether you agree with it or not, you know, it's going to happen. But we got to work together to make it a positive direction. You know, what's that song, In the Direction? That's a song that used to be really popular about that. I can't remember now. I think I'm getting too old. It used to be famous in the gay clubs, you know. You know, but I can't remember it now. But transformation.
Before my time, no.
Yeah, right. But remember, folks, transformation is the beginning of a new life. Letting go of the past that we've had here. Letting go and start changing for the better. That, even if it means higher salaries for the employees, and it means a lot of different changes, cutting back on the taxes, working harder. And I believe that we're going to be one of the first states that is going to overcome a lot of the coronavirus. I really do. I believe that we're going to be one of the first.
I heard it on the way up here. I think just since last week in New Hampshire, the cases are down 50%.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And even though the news media doesn't want you to know that,
Right.
because they help. I want to, and it always makes me wonder how much of these different news media get a big payoff for transforming, for saying all that negative stuff.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and the one thing I know is with the transformation that we got coming is gonna be thunderous awakening. Wake up, New Hampshire rights. Wake up, Don. Dave just joined on. Is now a New Hampshire right. Always going to be a Massachusetts person at heart. Are you originally from Mass?
Yeah, I grew up in Medford.
Yeah, so you're always going to have that at heart. But
Right, but I was telling it was the funniest thing because it's sort of like, don't resist fate. Don't tempt fate. I ended up here from one day to the next. Everything happened so fast. Here I am. And what am I saying? I have a P.O. box in Lowell, right? And I was thinking, well, I can hold on to the P.O. box. But just today, I made a decision. No, I'm getting rid of that tomorrow. I'm going by the P.O. box. I'm filling out the change of address. Here's your keys. Forward my mail. Thank you very much.
You're going to meet a lot of good people. I'm not going to say you're going to become buddy with them.
Yeah.
But you have your space and they have theirs.
Good. I like that. Yeah.
And I can see your cat is really happy there.
He
loves that deck.
He does, the patio. Every day, even if it's for 10 seconds, he sits in front of the door. That means that you have to open the door.
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm going to encourage you to do it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Oh, if he's out there, sometimes he goes out.
Even in the wintertime?
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, because that way you get rid of all the negative energy. Transformation.
Yeah, but, okay. And even if he just sticks his head out.
Yeah,
so
because you get all that fresh air in there.
Yeah.
You're very quiet, aren't you, within there?
Oh, I'm quiet, yeah. I am quiet.
Yeah, you keep your music low?
Very low, yeah, I do.
Yeah. I have my TV on a little bit louder because of my hearing. I never realized that was going to be difficult getting older.
Well, it's funny because the guy across the hall, sometimes I can hear his TV.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me, but I can hear his TV in my apartment.
By the way, I actually see Sununu, and he's going to be another transformation and running for either U.S. Senate.
Actually, I just know, what you hear on the news in Mass, but I like the guy.
Yeah, but I don't trust him. He was a Democrat at first, and he felt that the Republicans would help him because he was against, first he was for Planned Parenthood, also he changed his mind on Planned Parenthood. And that's the trouble. The political people, they pull it, they go where they're most apt to win. I had Don Bolduc on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's good. He's coming back on again.
One thing you got to give Sununu credit for, at least he kept the place open.
Yeah, and not only that, but he's fighting for Second Amendment rights for the people.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, these people, remember, folks, respect for the founders, the ancestry of this state. Now, way back in when Ben Franklin or whomever, the Governor Wentworth, or all these other way back when days, I can't remember all the names. I didn't even like history, so I didn't study it that way.
That was me. I wasn't really big on history. Geography's another story.
Yeah,
but
history, remember, folks, honor the ancestors who founded, whether the Indians, whether the black, white, blue, green, or yellow. Let go. Well, he was a slave owner, or he was this, or he was that. You know what? Let it all go. It's not going to change who they were. What it is going to do is going to create more anger, more hatred, and half the people don't even know why.
No, and a bunch of the people that don't know why, they'll go along with it.
Oh, yeah, And we've got to get rid of this hate. We've got to get rid of this Antifa, ISIS. And I will respect Black Lives Matter as long as they respect other people's lives as well.
Right, exactly.
Blue Lives Matter. white lives matter, Korean lives matter. Every one of us lives matter. You know, you can call me any name. I have broad shoulders. You have broad shoulders. You can. I can take whatever they want to.
Right, that's me. Yeah, I don't
Just
have
don't
thin
hit my
skin.
beautiful face, you know, because it's all plastic surgery anyways, you know. So you know, but it's true. All we have to wake up and start taking a home. God's going to allow this country and this state to destroy themselves. But what he said, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Nostradamus, you obviously know who Nostradamus.
I know Notre-Dame.
I always consider myself a messenger from him. He said the man is going to destroy himself. The diseases that are coming in, we're not done with the diseases.
Well,
Not by a
as you
long
look
shot.
just back since the 21st century, how many new diseases there are? It's you know.
Yeah, you know what? It's time for all of us to start standing up side by side and fighting back the communistic ways or ways and showing that people, and I'm not just saying Sleepy Joe, but or what's her name, the vice president, everyone who was in the political, whether they're Republicans or whether they're Democrats, people, make them accountable for their actions. Do you agree? We voted them in, then stop saying, oh, it's okay, we'll just re-vote you because we know you're on the right
That's
path.
unbelievable. I know.
Do you think they got the stimulus checks? The Congress and the Senate?
No, they keep getting their. Oh,
Yeah. You know when they send
Oh,
out
yeah.
the stimulus?
I bet you
I
they
bet they
are.
did.
Oh,
too.
sure.
They got thousands, though.
Yeah.
And they're
They
always
get
giving themselves
stimulus
pay
check.
raise. Both parties, though.
well,
kept
look
giving
at the new
themselves-
bill. What do you, all these contracts that are going out to fight this,
Yeah.
and the contracts to protect
Yeah.
small businesses. Who do you think is going to get those? All these politicians,
Of course.
their family members, their buddies. They're going to get all these, $100 million contracts.
Well, you and I are sitting there holding the bag.
Right.
I ran into a person yesterday, and he has a small business. He has a small moving business.
Yeah.
He could not get one of those PP, is it? PP,
Right,
yeah, one of those government things there.
right.
That he couldn't get one of them, and he couldn't get the other and stuff like that for his employees or whatever. And I don't think I said maybe because you're white, you're a Republican.
Maybe.
You know.
Could be. I wouldn't.
No, let's mix these up, and we're going to do it for how many as you want on the country itself and the world.
You want me to use these or tarot?
Whatever one you feel comfortable with.
All right, for the country, I'll use tarot.
Okay. Then I'll use my Trump on the country.
All right, let me shuffle them.
Shuffle,
up the
baby,
end.
shuffle.
All right, so this is for the country. I'm going to pull them all at once, turn them over, but then I'll read them one by one. Let's see. Let's do this for the first one. Okay, not bad. So, okay, it gets better. And
There'll be peace in the valley for
there is
me.
going to be peace. See, look. Yeah, all right. Very good. Okay, so again, I read the cards psychically because everybody, doesn't this card mean that? Doesn't that card mean that? Not to me. All right, so
Before you do that, everybody has a certain. Everybody says, "Oh, you got to follow whatever the book says." I don't agree with
no,
that.
I don't agree
You,
either.
you read what your spirit tells you to read.
That's
is that correct?
exactly
That's
right.
like when I do these. I do what whatever kind of.
Right.
I do what the feeling, the intuition that feel, and that's what you don't follow the so-called reading gender.
Right. Well, because if you read the thing also, it will say like, the number 7 means this, or the color orange means that. Well, that number might mean that to you, but it doesn't necessarily.
No.
Why should it have to mean the same to me?
And that's the way
Same thing with
yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Like, they'll say orange, whatever. We'll say orange means souring or something. Not to me. Orange is one of my favorite colors. To me, orange is coming alive and, growing and expanding and blossoming, all that stuff. Yeah. So that's where I disagree. But I'm not going to read colors now because it's, so I'm just going to sort of go through sort of quick.
Yeah.
You can nudge me along.
No.
So first we
got plenty of time.
start with the 7 of rods. As you could see, it's self-explanatory. You see a guy up there, where there's sort of bar or barricade or whatever it is that you want to see to repel. And there's other people down there, sort of trying to get at him and knock him off course or whatever. But if you notice, he's the guy on top. So he's on top. He's in control. And he's, it might be, so if we're the country, so we'll say, there might be all this friction going on and, pushing and pulling, but, he's up there and he's not getting hurt and he's really in control if he wants to take control. And once perhaps the country does take control, or we get control of the country, the way, get control of America, having America be America. As you can see, now we're on the Six of Swords, so which is the Six of Swords. Swords is thought, decision making, that type of thing. As you can see, it's in a boat. They're in a boat. They're leaving. And what are they leaving? If you can see, this is what they're leaving. Choppy waters. And what's ahead of them? Nice, smooth sailing. All right? So in time, that's what's going to be happening. It is choppy now. Not too much longer. It'll get sorted out. And, of course, the very next card we have, the Magician. All right? So we have all the tools that we need to work with to sort of straighten everything out, get everything rolling in the right direction, enough for everyone to, come together, for everything to be expressed and not, without being kicked to the curb, thrown under the bus, that type of thing. And of course, after all this, then we still continue to go on. And we end up with the Ten of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles is, it's physical things, it's materialistic things, it's work, all right? So we could say from work, Ten of Coins, or coins, all right? Wealth, whatever you want to put on it. So all this work, all this other stuff, here's the work, lots of work. It's going to pay off. As you can see, it's an arch. You see two people here. The dogs, right? Dogs, a man's best friend. Everybody, again, is going to be hunky-dory, chummy, friendly, open, inviting. And as you can see, going under the arch to a nice new chapter, a new path that we're going to follow.
Like that new beginning that you had.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Right, that's where these end, where the other cards started. But
by the way, folks, we're in a pretty bad. I have a Six of Spades. By the way, folks, right now we're in one of the biggest civil wars that we're going to have. People don't realize it, and they don't want to believe it, and you can call me whatever you want to call, but I'm telling you now, it's not the blacks against the whites. It's everybody against each other, and they don't even know why. I watched, you ever watch cowboy movies?
Yeah.
I love them. Like, I watch a lot of The Rifleman, or I watch a lot of this other stuff. And I see how badly some of these Indians are treated, how badly some of the Chinese people are treated through the old days. And yet you don't hear any complaints from the Irish. You don't hear any complaints from all these others.
Right. I just want, but one thing that makes me laugh is like, we'll say the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
They want them to change the name, but I don't hear the Indians scream and change your name. They're offended. Who is it? It's these.
Well, the Cleveland Indians, they want to change it.
Yep. Right, they want to change the name, but is it the Indian, Native Americans? I don't think so.
No.
What's the matter? Why do they want us to, brush them under the rug?
And I'm going to tell you, whether you like it or not, our famous leader is coming back. When I say that he is going to come back strong, he is going to come back with a lot of knowledge. And in him, it's going to be something that he's associated with. and on both parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, are going to come for a big fall. You know, every man shall fall. You know, it's in the Bible. You want to go to the Bible. Nostradamus said, when this country hits, the big fall is going to be there, okay? And it's scary, but it's going to happen. It really is, you know. And I actually see a lot of big changes in the local and in the state government. I see a lot of positive changes coming, okay?
Good. Positive is always good.
And I also see that when we've had enough, this is 21, right? We're entering 21.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay. Towards the end of 21 to the beginning of 22, you're going to see a lot of rebellion. You're going to see a hell of a lot of rebellion. What do you agree with that?
Well, I mean, it's sort of already going on.
But they're taking it more.
Oh, right. Well, because it is going to escalate. I mean, right now the media is doing a good job of trying to hide it all, but they're not. It's
but more and more the media is coming out, because one of the New York Times admitted that there was a lot of false.
That's right. Time magazine, reporting. Whatever it was, I heard. I didn't read the article.
Ooh. And also in this country too, people are going to start bowing down to your higher power, whether you want to call him God, I call it the universal spirit or whatever. And I also will tell you that for now, in the next 6 months, you're going to see a lot more homeless people. You're going to see welfare on the uprise. You're going to see a lot more sickness. This shot that they're trying to force people to have is going to create a lot more deaths.
Well, you know, they're all gung-ho about getting it, but nobody knows what the long-term effects are. No one.
And you're not going to tell me, and I will say that even though Trump was president come out, that this hasn't been in the catalog for years and years. You know, you don't make an antivirus just overnight like the shots. You just don't do that, you know. And then I'm looking at in November, we have another critically devastating virus coming out, and it's going to really affect the newborns, and it's going to affect the children. And I actually will tell you, the sad part is, I'm really scared, and I hope that people in New Hampshire will wake up to it, is they're going to make it more and easier for women to have abortion right up till they're 9 months old and stuff. You know, and to me,
murder.
Yeah, it sure is, you know. If it's a medical issue in a woman, maybe, but you know what? You know, people want to adopt children, so they're going overseas to adopt children. You know what I'm saying? When there's so many here that need homes.
I agree.
If I was younger and prettier, maybe.
Yeah. Plus, you know, thou shalt not kill.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, you know. And the thing I don't like about it is they don't have to consult their husbands.
Well, in Massachusetts now, minors don't have. No. They can be a minor and go without consulting the parents.
Yeah, I know what. Yeah, there's one man. He got a bill from the abortion clinic. His daughter was 13 or 14, and they got a bill because they're here in New Hampshire.
Wow.
And they had to pay it because they don't have to tell.
Oh, see, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
But that's what gets me. They don't have to tell, and they don't have to get permission. But you're supposedly, quote unquote, responsible for that child till it turns 18.
And they're saying, well, it could be the father that got the child pregnant. But could not be.
Oh, come on.
You know, you never know, and that's the sad part. We, for years and years, as far back as I can remember, and that's a lot of years ago, you know, we have started to destroy ourselves. If you think about it, we have the last, I'm going to say 50 years, America has started to.
I agree. It started in the 60s, really, with all the sexual revolution and the hippies and all.
Oh, I had my peace, not war.
That's when it all started about, you know what I mean, starting to infiltrate young minds. And now they're my age.
And look at today. And I look at the kids going to school today. I said 5 to 7 years ago that education was going to be on the internet. Then the kids were not going to be going to school. And that's following what I said. People call me Nate lie and all. Yeah. Well, I'll never tell you I'm 100% accurate. Will you?
No, because you're not.
When you're not. No.
Show me somebody who says they're 100% accurate. I'll show you a liar.
Yeah. And do you allow them to record when you do readings?
Sometimes if they ask, not too many people really ask.
Yeah, a
though.
lot of mine do. They record or
they?
they write down.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if they do, I don't mind.
No, because if you say no, then that means you're not telling them honestly.
Oh yeah. If
That's
they
what,
ever ask,
I always ask if they want to record.
yeah.
You might want to do that. Oh, my son bought me an electric razor for Christmas.
Whoa.
Oh, I love it. Do you have one?
I have them, but I don't use it. I use a razor.
Wow, that's good for my complexion. That way, getting old, I don't cut myself.
There you go. That's right. It's
And
not
my
as
cat
rough
decides
as
she has to help me shave.
That's right.
And the one thing I'm also seeing with this country, and actually in Manchester and the surrounding areas like Londonderry, there's a lot of big changes coming, folks. I'm actually seeing if we play in the next 3 years, the cards right, and we get someone like Mrs. Sullivan to become mayor, you're going to see some big industry wanting to come into this city. So Victoria, I would encourage you to run and people listen to her story. I know this is not supposed to be political, but I should say it anyways. It's my show.
That's right.
You know?
It's your show. You
Yeah.
can say whatever you want.
And I actually see her winning this time.
Good.
Because I don't know. I'm not sure if the mayor who goes into hiding will be running.
Oh, I don't know much about the mayor, so.
You know, one thing that we cannot make any city in this country a safety city. A safety
Sanctuary
city. That's not fair to the people who are honest citizens. And somebody can go and kill them, so they run to, like a church, they run to the church into hiding. You know, when you run to a Catholic church, the priest can't tell that you're there or whatever.
Right.
So they can do whatever they want. And I'm a firm disbeliever.
What was it? Somebody was in, some illegal woman was in, I don't know where the church was, in the Midwest somewhere. She was there for over 3 years.
Yeah.
When the new administration got sworn in, she left. First time, imagine.
You know, I often wonder how many illegal people are here.
Lots.
I don't have. If they're illegal, fine, but get a job.
Well,
Don't force us to support you.
exactly. What I mean, I told you when I went into San Francisco for a couple of months earlier in the year with my uncle, but it was out there. Well, they can work out there in California, and I have to admit there were quite a, they were working.
Yeah.
But still, there's so many out there.
Yeah. But they're not paying taxes.
Yeah, in California, I don't know how they do it. They're paying taxes.
Are they?
Yeah, they pay taxes. Well, I don't know if they pay federal taxes, but they're paying.
I worked on a tomato farm or some kind of farm, and they went to school in California.
Produce farm.
Oh my God, the produce farm there.
Yeah.
I never worked so hard. I used to steal the other people's baskets. And I said, you know what? I literally had to escape in order to get going. Because
Wow.
once you're there, they have it so that you're going around and around. But two things that I do. Your dad is telling me he is smiling and very happy with you.
Well, I told you that one time. What he told my mother, Minnie, he's the only one with a brain. I remember him saying that.
Yeah. But yet he had a lot of respect for your brother. You have two brothers?
No, just
Jim?
Jim.
He would have made a good newspaper reporter.
Who?
Your brother Jim.
Well,
new talk show.
he'd be good at the White House press briefing.
Right. But I don't think we shut him off.
Well,
Jim, if Jim wants you, we love you.
Right. But that's why he'd be good at it, because he'd bowl all the other ones over to get his question out there. Right.
And he's a really
point
nice
across.
guy, Yeah. And then I have my friend Dick, who's going to be coming on in Inform America. I'm having him going to be coming on. If you want, you can come on when he comes on. But I've had some pretty, in the last few years the last several years, I've had some pretty interesting guests on. Some were okay, but you know what? When I had a lady come and tell me that she gave me a list of things that I could read or ask her answer questions about, somehow that paper fell in the garbage. I'm not going to write, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? No, I don't have time for that. And it's a free show. They either like me or they don't. And if they want to call, that's free. I don't know. That's like a lot of the shows that are on Channel 23. I check into them a lot. And as much as I wish they would talk more positive, I respect their right to do what they want to do. My biggest fear is it's going to come down. And I'm telling you now, folks, there's going to be a lot more censorship in TV shows, in public broadcasting, and public. Because even now we have to be very careful what we say.
That's true. It's just incredible.
But,
yeah.
I love the challenge of it, though. I would have never thought 30 years ago, or when I grew up in Laconia, when I lived in Laconia, I'd never be doing something like that. The wisest move I ever made was moving to Manchester. I actually see if you play your cards right, you're having a TV show in Londonderry.
I don't even know if they have.
They do.
They
I have
do.
a couple of friends, yeah.
Huh.
And I think that we pay a due, but I think this it might be free. You might want to check it out and do your own, like a half-hour show or whatever. And it would be fun. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Well, I always enjoy hearing it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, also, I don't need to cut it. There is someone from out of your past, and that's a woman. You were in high school with her, and she used to make fun of you or whatever, and because you were kind of like the quiet type.
In high school, I was. Yeah.
And she's gonna actually, oh, you know what? Wow, look what you did. She's gonna be sarcastic, and she's gonna be, and yet say, oh, you really did make something of yourself and all that, and you're gonna just smile and say, you know what? Bless you. You're not going to feed into her negative energy.
No, I'm not. I don't. I hardly ever do anymore.
No, I don't have that time.
I hardly ever do.
No.
Yep.
Boy, time's going by pretty quickly.
Wow, it is going by quickly.
So, what are you doing exciting tonight, Dave?
Well, I'm covering grand jury tomorrow,
so you got to get a girly.
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I was thinking of after this, after dropping you off, maybe coming back downtown and having a cocktail. But
there you go. Probably you should go right home and have a cocktail at home.
Well, I thought of that too. Yeah.
That way you can relax, take a nap, run around your house naked, whatever. If I had my way, I would never, ever wear clothes.
Wow.
I grew up in that area.
Here's a funny talk about not wearing clothes. I'll never forget this. I was young, early 20s. I got an apartment in East Boston, right? An efficiency apartment, right? A bedroom and then like a kitchen, living room, all one open area. Anyway, I didn't realize this. And back then, when I was home, no clothes, right? So, and I had moved in there in the summer. There's a building across the street, unbeknownst to me. Here I am. I'm standing in front of the window with no clothes. The building across the street was a school. And has these kids looking at me. It's like, oh, no. I just remember that. I was so embarrassed.
We get any questions on there, Scott?
No questions, but
got a lot of
from Washington State chimed in.
Oh, that's cool.
Masks are mandatory in Washington State.
Yeah, I've had them call.
Making her hungry.
Yeah, I had people come from United Kingdom calling.
Wow, fantastic. Wow,
and,
international.
Yeah. And then I had a lady come in from Mexico today. She comes in like once a week now. She lives here. Oh. I've had a lot of people from other countries come, And so, but believe me, folks, if you think that being a reader or a psychic person all happens overnight, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And I learn every day something new.
Still, that's right. Still to this day.
I learn from my clients, By the way, be cautious coming out of your shower.
Well, I always am. It's funny you say that. You have to be. All it is it's a big shower. Naturally, it's for elderly, so it's big.
Yeah.
It's probably maybe as long as this, and it's just a shower, but it's wider. But they got this bubble plastic on the bottom, and I'm always careful in it because I always say they're going to have slip and falls in there.
I'm more concerned that you're getting out of the shower.
Well, that's when I take real caution.
Get some of that skid-proof carpeting put on there.
That's when when I'm stepping out. It's the weirdest thing because
I don't want you to fracture your hip.
Neither do I. Not at this stage of the game. Knock on wood. I've been lucky.
I have been very blessed, and I haven't broken bone. In fact, even though my health is somewhat, but it's getting better. They were very happy with my blood tests at the hospital and all that. And so, it's those same body, we can heal ourselves.
Well, if the body can heal itself, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
And,
true.
But, it's all up to us if we want to heal it. But, you meet so many people, oh, I can't do this, or, oh, when you look at them and you say, get off your butt and do something.
Right. Yeah.
What? Do something. Heal yourself. I get so frustrated. Do you? When you look at someone and you're seeing them and you know that they can do better.
Oh, I agree.
Isn't it
I
frustrating?
agree. Yeah, it is. It is.
And, I'm not saying all people, because there are a lot of sick people out there. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people out there who cannot really do a lot for themselves.
Right.
What I am talking
fortunate.
about, the people who it's easier for them to sit down and feel sorry for themselves instead of wanting to get better.
Well, I mean, I know people, they're this size,
Yeah.
And they talk about me. You don't have anything to worry about. Look at you. But, they're sitting on the sofa and they got a bag of chips here. They got Cheetos over there. They got a 2-liter bottle of Coke. And it's like, well, not just change the Coke to water. Instead of the chips, you can get like chopped dates, or, apricots, stuff like that.
But do they want them?
No, well, that's it. They don't. So.
And a lot of the people that have this kind of a sickness is that they're afraid to get better because all they've known is by
Well,
being
that's
sick,
true. That's true.
And for the people who want to get better, we send a lot of special prayers out there, knowing that this is a year for a lot of healing recovery in America. This is a year that if we want to, like I said, towards the end of 21 to 22, a lot of uprising on the cost of the medication.
And I'm just looking at this. It's funny you saying this because what I can see in there is it's something, and it's in the forefront, and it's someone powerful, but watch out because they're devious, very devious, and it will come out, but after not a lot of time, but someone's really going to try,
There's a lot of leaders that, like you just said, with the devious here, I agree with, that are crashing down.
Mm-hmm.
And they started putting these people in jail when they first come out with it, like Hillary and all. But I still feel they have a lot of immunity, so they don't, because they're politically connected. You and I would be dead today.
Right.
We'd get the gas chamber.
Exactly. I know they'd have made us disappear if we pulled some of the stuff that
keep talking.
Hillary pulled. I mean, because somebody gave me a bunch of crap this morning just on Facebook.
Oh, I read them.
And right, because what are they're talking about? Well, Trump, he's guilty of this, he's guilty of that, and I'm saying, innocent till proven guilty. What does he come back with? Well, it's no different than when they were saying before about Hillary, lock her up. I says it's a big difference when the government subpoenas your cell phone and you smash it to bits with a hammer.
Yeah.
I says, you don't see the difference, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If that were you and if the government ever subpoenaed anything off of you or I, and we destroyed it, would either be disappeared, they would have made us disappear, or would be in jail where no one knows where we are and the key would have been long gone.
Yeah. Well, there was a big thing around here in New Hampshire about two people, political, one was passed, the other was one of the big leaders of the Democratic Party in New Hampshire now. And he was making some statements about this one Democratic person, and somehow in both cities, Concord and Manchester, the computer appeared among the missing. Somebody supposedly stole the computers. So.
Right. Convenient.
Oh, yeah,
How convenient.
But, folks, and I actually see a lot of politicians turning on each other.
Well, no question about it. They're already starting to implode if you watch the news. I'm going to not say one side or the other, but even as much as they don't want people to know because they want to keep up this propaganda, sort of like a two-way mirror type thing. This watch the news. It's already starting to
Keep
implode.
talking. Yeah.
They're already starting to implode. They're already, well, you can do this, but I'm really not for that. You know, they're disagreeing on different issues. So it's, you know, it's already starting to implode. And I'm talking about just in the government in Washington, D.C. Watch what's happening. Either side, it's imploding. They're going against the grain. One side's pressuring the other. They're not they're not going along with the herd. And the thing is, of course, the saddest part of this whole thing is all these politicians in Washington, all of them, except, we'll say for now, the freshman congressman, all right? They're so corrupt. It's sad. And the biggest, saddest part of it all is their constituents are the ones that are losing. Because I'll know if I'm going to say a name, take it for what you will. I was in Lowell, so my state rep in Lowell, Mass, was Lori Trahan. She doesn't give two squats about her constituents. All it is party. All she is a rubber stamp for Nancy. That's all it is, and that's the sad part. It's a shame. It's pathetic. These people, I don't know how they sleep at night, pulling the shenanigans that they pull on their constituents. I mean, I'm one of those. I get emails from her. Every time I get an email, she gets a piece of my mind. You know, other people, I've talked to other people, and they talk about, you know, look at what they're doing to us. You know, we're helpless, we're this. No, not. And everybody out there, regardless of who your representative is, what side of the fence they're on, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, you don't like what's going on, call them up, give them a piece of your mind, let them know how you feel about whatever position it is, whatever they're talking about in the news that you don't like, whatever they're trying to pass in Congress or pass with executive order that is sitting uncomfortable with you, call your elected officials. I'm telling you. And the sad part again is nobody does. They just sit back. Well, there's nothing I can do but switch that around. That's right. Switch that frown into a smile. Turn that frown upside down. Call your elected officials.
Yep. And that's all you have to do, you know. Either they're going to, you know, if you get enough people calling your elected officials, complaining about, we'll say, like the Second Amendment, right, or the freedom of speech or whatever, you keep barraging your congressman or your state representative for New Hampshire or whomever, or your alderman or whatever, keep bugging them. I don't care if you have to get your friends to do it. Tell them you're not taking it anymore. You know?
Well, I heard, I don't know how true this is, but for every call that they get from a citizen, they say there's 1,500 people. That's how they look at it. Another 1,500 people that feel the same. So call.
Well, my friend Bill Barry, he's a Democrat, which is fine. And I've got a great good friend. He listened to the people. I got to give him credit.
Yeah.
I had the most admiration for Bill Barry. He does listen. Politically, we don't agree, and that's okay. But we work hard to improve the West Side, you know. And he tells me, and a lot of these other aldermen will tell you right out how many, will call. They get many phone calls. Some of these are just stupid, but some are, but they're all, they're important to you, all right. It may seem like a waste of time. It may seem like, oh, nothing's going to get done. But it's not going to get done if you don't voice your opinion.
Exactly true.
Do you call if you have a problem? Do you call your alderman or senator or whomever?
Well, when I was in Mass, because I knew all my elected officials, I would even, and of course, fortunate, being a stenographer for grand jury, mostly in Lowell. I met, the mayor, the city manager, plus, the city councils. I met a lot of them. So, I knew who they were. I would call them all the time. My state senator, my state rep, the state senator, she resigned, but now she's into some other scam. But my state rep, he was Democrat, but I give the guy credit. If I would call or email, I'd always get a response from him. Always got a response.
My son was excited. He said a few letters to the governor of New Hampshire, and he got a response from him. He said a lot of the aldermen and the state reps will respond back to you. So if you don't respond, you can, sitting home on your buttocks complaining isn't doing it.
Really, it doesn't.
It's okay to express your opinion, but if you don't like we'll say, like, I'm not happy when the mayor hiding or not doing something. I've called.
Yeah.
Right. And I've gone to the
need.
Yeah, I've gone to the city meetings and stuff like that. And voiced my opinion. But I've also complimented people when they've done that good. As a politician.
Yeah.
Not all they also deserve to know that they're fighting for the city. They're trying their best to do well, and it's okay to pay them a compliment.
I agree, and I pay a compliment if I see. I don't sort of email great job, this great job, but like, how can I put it? Be the fly in the ointment for them, to these elected officials. When it's something you don't approve of, you don't like, that's going against, what your morals, be that fly in the ointment. I'm telling you, as they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Well, when I was fighting for the Bill Barry, I worked very hard to do the approval on the park where I live. And I was only one person with Bill, but we got it.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
and the sad part? Half the people don't even care.
They don't.
They don't care that the park is safe to play in. They don't care that it looks like we got new things for them. All they care about is, and the same way with the neighborhood. Like at Christmas, I'll decorate at my porch, or now I'm going to decorate out back. And all the pizzazz and all the great feelings that we used to have when we were growing up.
Yeah.
You don't know your neighbor don't know you. And unfortunately today, that's the way it has
right.
to
When
be.
I owned houses, I always knew my neighbors, but it was even, I can remember every house I owned, neighbors would comment. I would sweep the gutter, and what are you sweeping the gutter for? And I used to, because I live here. That's what I used to say. I live here.
Well, in the apartment building where I live, Scott will dig up the front part. We put flowers in it.
Yeah.
I'll mow the lawn, and I'm going to put fresh grass in the lawn.
Yeah.
We live there.
That's
I want to
great.
make it so it's beautiful. And one guy said, well, that's yours. I go, no, it's for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never once said, like, I have a barbecue grill, and I've always said if somebody needs to use it, don't be afraid to ask me.
Good. That's not yours.
And I want to, next year, my goal is to put a nice Christmas scenery out in the backyard.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my goal. Let's bring in. I'm not looking for that pat on the back. Are you?
No, I'm not.
I just want to make everybody look happy and positive.
That's me, and that's what I always do. I try to show people, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what you're going through, as bad as it is, and I know some people are going to say, oh, but you don't know what it's like. Oh, but I do, because I've had hard times myself, and I've been through a lot of stuff. Still, there's always positive.
In the end.
Even when you're there, think positive. There's always something positive, no matter what you're going through. There's something positive there. And all you need is that little itty-bitty grain of positive, and you can, like a mustard seed, and you can turn it into wonders. A friend of mine, he used to call me, he says, you're the eternal optimist. But so I like,
I can remember when I used to go into all my jobs in the nursing homes and all that. I'd always walk in with a positive attitude.
Yeah.
How come you're so positive? Why not?
Why not? Exactly.
When you're positive, it's going to affect having clients or patients happy.
Right.
When you're negative, it's going to affect them. Oh, here he comes again. He don't want to do this or that. And I know that people now, they call their patients by their first name. I never could do that.
Really?
I was always taught it was always Mr. and Mrs. And they're senior citizens, and they should have that respect.
Ah.
One lady said, "Did you just call me Mrs. So-and-so?" I go, "Yeah." "Why?" I said, "Because that's respectful." And she thought that was awesome. They have the right to be respected.
That's true. I agree.
Oh, I got to tell you, one of my very good friends, you like meat pies?
I do like meat
Oh, my
pies.
God, my very special friend, Susan Ramon, gave me a beautiful, of course her son got into it too, beautiful meat pie.
Oh, they are so good. They are.
And then, I don't know if you saw I had another friend of mine from Virginia sent me a beautiful blanket.
Really?
It's a picture on my Facebook.
Ah.
Okay? And many, I can't thank these people enough. I think, well, over 400 wishes of get well.
Wow, very good. Nice.
And this is what, so that means that whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing it. I'm only a tool. Just
That's
like you.
right. That's
we're
exactly
setting
right. A
up that
receiver.
positive.
I'm not receptor.
No, you
Yeah.
know. And the thing that I have a problem with, people say, "Oh, we're going to heal you." No, we're going to give you the tools to work with. Do you do Reiki?
No, I don't. I know this lady that does, and she's tried it on me. I have to say, I told one time my knee really was bothering me, so she says, "I'll come over," because I told her, I said, "Oh, I don't know what happened from I woke up with it." She says, "All right, I'll come down." She says, "I'll come down with my crystals." She does Reiki.
Yeah.
No, she had this tiny little crystal. I know it was like a ruby red crystal. She says, "This is very powerful." And she put it on my knee, and then, you know, they do their thing. I don't know what they do. And, you know, she says all this stuff. But I'm not kidding you. I could actually, when she said it's strong, you'll feel the energy. I swear, I did. It was amazing.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in Reiki energy.
Yeah.
I actually had it before I went to have my operation the other day. And then when they went to check my heart, you know, my friend sent me a lot of Reiki energy, and where it takes 2 hours to do it, I did it in an hour.
Yeah, that works.
And when I had my eyes operated on, that removing the cataract and stuff, less time. When I had my gallbladder removed, you know, and I'm a firm believer in Reiki energy.
Right, and me, yeah, she's done it, a few times on me.
I asked one of my friends if it would improve my sex life. They don't know.
Right,
I
well,
said, well, that's not nice. He laughed.
right.
You know. But I've had
There's
my
always toys.
yeah, yeah. But I've had my fun. You know,
Yeah.
I have. You know, one thing I have learned in the last year or 2 years is, folks, please believe me when I say that. Take care of your body.
Yes, indeed.
Only you can do it.
Well, that's true.
With encouragement from other people.
True, but it's, you know, it's just like the old saying: your body is your temple. It is. So.
And I so great. My son, when I was in the hospital, even though it was only overnight, I couldn't wait to get home. You know.
Yeah.
But the care was great. And my son would call me. I had many people texting, wanting to know how I'm doing. You know.
Yeah.
And like that. And it's just, though, when you get positive support, it helps you get better.
It does. It sure does.
I will never agree with the government and the nursing home not allowing their loved ones who are ready to cross to have their family members with them. They can wear a cap. They can wear a mask. They can wear a gown. They can wear gloves. But allow them to be with them. Don't make them die alone. That to me is...
It's outright mean.
Yeah, it's like a concentration camp.
It is. It really is.
Don't tell me you're protecting the other people, because you're not. You're being selfish, administrative people that are controlled by the government.
Right, exactly.
So many people, like I have, to cry, said, "Come on, oh, my mother died and my dad died, I couldn't be there." They feel guilty.
That's true. That's
they
true.
They literally feel sad and they feel guilty.
But see, it goes back to what we were talking about before. Something like that. Call your elected officials.
I actually, one of the best nursing homes I ever worked in was a Hillsborough County nursing home, you know, and I actually called the administrator. I said, "This is wrong. this is so wrong. I didn't give him my name. I'm smart, but
Right, I
you
know.
but it's so wrong. Barring the loved ones from having their people come and see them.
It is. It really is.
So if you're listening, yeah, I'm the one that made that phone call. You know?
Troublemaker.
But yes, and you know, when people, I also want to let you know that if you don't have food and you need food, you may not have food. There are lots and lots of churches out there that will give you food.
That's true.
And there's a New Horizon. I think they give out food. I'm not sure anymore. And then there's every other week. I think there's a food bank go to the Comcast parking lot, and from like
Yeah,
9.
oh, I even got it because, you know, I'm in the senior apartment building. I even got just 2 days.
Yeah.
What's today? Saturday. I got a thing. That's right. Every other week.
Yeah.
For food.
Yeah.
It's a drive-through
Right.
food bank.
Yeah.
It says the bags are already ready.
All you gotta do is
drive through. You
and
go
they
up.
put it,
Right.
So if you need food, they don't ask you what you're at. They ask you what city you're from or whatever. You know, I've been there because I've needed it. And I am so grateful for the New Horizon because I had, when I first moved here, I had to getting sober. I had to eat it.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of churches out there that are willing to help out.
There are, because, you know, I drive for Lyft. Tons of churches. Food drop off. Food drop off. Food drop. They do.
There's no reason homeless.
Yeah.
Well, but there's no. Well, actually, my understanding is in Manchester, there's opening up a lot of new homeless areas for the winter. But then what happens when it comes summer? Then the people have to get out of there, or what? You know. The only thing I did agree with is they want to open the National Guard Armory that puts the homeless in there. I don't agree with that because
I don't agree with that either.
because of the virus that's going around.
Well, wow, big letters in here, numbers in here, 3041, jumping at me real dark.
What's that mean?
I don't know, I'm just saying, 3041. What's it mean to you? Maybe it means something to somebody out there. 3041. I've never seen anything.
Change of life coming for you.
We'll see, but I've never seen anything this dark in this crystal ball. So
That means
just now,
that
those numbers.
you're in on base of what you're talking about. That means you're in on base of what you're talking about. I should get my crystal ball and bring it in. We'll both do them.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah, because like,
Every tool. Folks, be
wow,
cool,
I've
yeah.
never, yeah.
Every tool, whether they're tarot cards, whether they're crystal balls, whether they're like I play playing card. I have a friend that did spoons.
Oh, wow.
And I have
Yeah.
another friend that came on my show that does rocks.
Oh, wow.
And I
I've
have
given
another
readings off crystals. I've
Yeah.
given readings with crystals.
and I have another one that does feather readings.
What?
Feather readings.
Wow.
I'm going to try to get her back on again. Remember her, Scott? Yeah. And she makes drums. Beautiful, beautiful lady.
Really?
There are many. I've had lady do tea leaves. I've had lady do coffee rings.
Oh, wow.
Every one of us have a one-way of doing psychic thing.
Yeah.
Every single one of us, you know. So if you feel that you have the energy, we all have psychic ability, whether it's in reading, whether it's in artwork, whether it's doing dishes even, whether it's singing. You wash your own dishes or you use a dishwasher?
No dishwasher I am, because it's, you know, well water in the septic tank, so I never thought they would make septic tanks that big, but yeah, no dishwasher. I do them. Even when I had a dishwasher, I'd use the dishwasher maybe 3 times a year.
They're actually full of bacteria. Dishwashers, no matter what you
I
do.
never
You know. Oh no.
was big
And
on
I can
them,
remember
so-
one time, one of my roommates who said, "Could I like doing my own dishes?" And he did them for me, being a nice guy, and he caught me doing them over.
Ah,
Never did he do them again. Scott will rinse them off and I'll wash them. You know, and it's, you know, Scott and I worked. You know what? Actually, like last night or the night before, Scott and I took hash browns, you know, the flat hash browns, and we put tuna fish on them. We put tomatoes on them and cheese. And I made them up.
Yum,
Scott,
yum.
Yeah. When we do it again, I'll have you come over for dinner.
yeah, yum,
Okay.
delish.
Yeah, yeah. We make all. Scott is a fabulous cook. Yeah, he really is. He makes homemade macaroni and cheese.
Well, obviously, you eat all the food and Scott gets left out.
That's right. Actually, he don't eat until 10 or 11, until 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Right, Scott? But he munches out during the day, huh?
Yeah.
During the night, you know. Especially if he's been smoking, you
Well,
know. You know. Well, folks, we're going to let you go. And Dave, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Probably,
My pleasure.
Yeah, this is February. Probably again in the beginning of March or the middle of April.
Sure.
Okay. And I want you to think about maybe being part-time co-host.
Sure.
We have fun together, don't we?
We do. And the energy just seems to
Maybe we should
flow.
walk up and down the street naked and see what happens.
Yeah, fine. I know. See if we got the same energy.
Put him in jail. What is that? You know. But anyways, folks, remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and remember this: you are the winner. Go, enjoy yourself. Don't drive unless you have to because of the weather that's coming. Right. And if you feel the need to wear a mask, that's your choice.
And just one, because it just reminded me in here. Just one more thing. Remember, Sunday is Valentine's Day. Whether it's a Valentine or not, extend that red rose.
There you go.
To everyone you come across.
Right. Spank your lover with a rose.
All right.
Anyway, we'll see you all next week. Have a great day.